Hi, this is Jethro Jones, host of the Transformative Principal podcast and the Transformative Leadership Summit. I hope you enjoy these teasers from the summit. It starts July 31st, and I would be honored if you would join us for some high-intensity learning just before you start the school year. Sign up at transformativeleadershipsummit.com. Enjoy this teaser with Mike Anderson. I'm so excited for the Transformative Leadership Summit. I'm going to give you a couple little teasers before it starts, and here's one of them today. I hope you enjoy this, and please go to transformativeleadershipsummit.com to sign up for the rest of them.
So I think that there's some truth there. There are some elements of management that play into good social emotional teaching. We've got to set safe and respectful learning environments where kids feel comfortable enough to take the risks necessary for learning if they're going to learn social emotional skills. And managing a class effectively is part of the way we do that. But there's also something that I feel is limiting about the term classroom management, because what our ultimate goal is that children are learning how to self-manage, that they're learning how to take more ownership and responsibility of their actions. And when we think in terms of sort of the typical classroom management systems, I think it tends to be very teacher-directed. That we have gimmicks and systems and reward systems set up that are going to somehow manage behavior and control kids. And instead, we need to spend a lot more time and energy thinking about how to teach kids self-control. So how do we share power and control with kids in the classroom as opposed to simply sort of managing them to get them to do what we want them to do? So I think there are definitely some connections there, but there are some differences also. Now, I want to actually go back to a point you made a minute ago, which is important. You were talking about how our own school experiences may have been very different than the school experiences our kids need, and I think that's super true. And something I've been doing a lot of thinking about lately is how the job market in our economy is shifting, and how a lot of the sort of very linear jobs where you would show up, you'd punch in, your manager or boss would tell you what to do all day. You would be directed by other people, and then you would do that and you'd punch out and go home. Those are the jobs that are disappearing. Those are the jobs that are being outsourced, that are being automated. There are all kinds of interesting news articles right now about self-driving trucks. Have you seen this?
Yes, fascinating.
Uber just did a successful test run of a beer delivery truck where there was a driver in the truck, but he was just there as backup. And there are some estimates that 1 to 2 million truck driving jobs could be lost in the next decade as automation takes over. And so a school system in which kids show up, are told what to do all day long, and then go home might have worked during the industrial age. And we could argue about whether or not that was really a good education. But maybe it mirrored somewhat what kids were going to be doing after school if they were going to go into very linear jobs. But the skill set that kids are going to need to be successful in the information age is very different than the skill set they needed in the industrial age. And we are now educating kids who are going to need a vast array of social emotional skills to be able to be successful in just about any work they do. And so the teaching of those skills has got to be much more explicit and robust and integrated than it was when we were kids. There's no doubt about it.